What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again once again, and today, people, Trials 1 flag has come, and it is gone. It was near and dear to our hearts, or something like that. I don't know. I didn't play much of it. Past a couple of games to go, yep, I'm not a fan. Match-made teammates really suck. Then again, that's probably my fault for trying to play at 5 in the morning. Regardless of my inexperience with the mode, there's been quite a few videos making the rounds of teams of Titans with bubbles just capping the zone. It's exhausting, almost as exhausting as paying bills. So I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is the first game to bring a true console level experience to your phone. They've set the bar high, and there's no going back. Explore millions of champion combinations and master countless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles, and PvP arena matches. With hundreds of artifacts to equip and over 600 champions blessed with unique skills, you can build your team, develop your champions, and raid your way. There's so much content in this game, and there's always more coming. Speaking of champions and content, check out Cardell. Cardell isn't the perfect champion for every situation, but in the places where he's good, he's really good, and it doesn't take long to see why. He is a team attack champion who can increase the entire team's crit rate and crit damage at the same time. So you can nuke pretty much anything into oblivion. And if the enemy somehow, someway, through some Herculean leap in logic that us mere mortals will never be able to comprehend, survives, Cardell can cleanse all debuffs and place a protective ravine on death. Or maybe you're looking for something more versatile. Well, Venus is your girl, an offensive support champion with some extremely powerful debuffs. Her default skill places poison. Her second places an AoE that decreases the defense and weakens enemies. And her final skill is a massive HP burn. And when she's paired with her Cupids, she gets a new skill that cleanses all debuffs off her allies and can give her an extra turn. Where wouldn't that be useful? This month is Raid's 3-year anniversary, and the celebrations are going to be huge. While we're waiting for all the events to pop off, check this out, Raid's first ever champion skins. They look absolutely amazing. I mean, just look at them. Here's the skins for the Arbiter. These Arbiter skins are already obtainable in the Index. As we all know, skins let you change your champion's appearance to something that suits your style better. Personally, I like the Dark Fallen skin the most, because let's be real, let's be honest, let's be real honest. Who doesn't want a pale-skinned elf, goth, waifu? This is the best time to get started in Raid, and if you click my link in the description or scan my QR code here on the screen, you'll get a free starter pack worth almost $40. We're talking 3 free champions at once: Misericord, Tiger Soul, and Romario, plus 10 Magic XP brews, 10 Force XP brews, 10 Spirit XP brews. That is huge. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. It's that easy. Just click on the link in the description and I'll see you in the game with these rewards available for the next 30 days, only for new players. So sign up now. And with that, I would like to thank Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the channel, and yeah, back to our regularly scheduled program. So like always, Trials of Osiris winds down. Everybody runs to Trials Report to see what the most used weapons were, what the most used subclasses were, what the most used abilities were, so they can use it as cannon fodder to complain about Witch Queen on the internet, or get into fights on Twitter and Reddit and demand changes. Because you know what? If hunters aren't winning with their stompies and their shotguns, clearly the game is unbalanced and things need to change. People are inevitably going to look at videos of Titans casting bubble one after another to capture a zone and take away from that the wrong message. They're going to think, obviously Titan bubble is too overpowered and needs to be nerfed. Not that one zone cap is just a bad Trials game type, but hey, details. Or as I've seen rumbling throughout the community for a while now, the sentiment that Void 3.0 is overpowered and needs nerfed. No. Bad Destiny community, bad! Didn't I just make a video about this? Didn't we just discuss how Destiny is the junk food of video games? Void 3.0 doesn't need a nerf yet. Destiny is not competitive. It is never going to be competitive, and we really don't want it to be competitive. If you want to play a competitive game, go play Halo and act like it's not dying. Pretend. Put your fingers in your ears and imagine that there's content in that game, and that playing the same handful of almost identically playing maps isn't boring. Or go play Valorant or CSGO. Go play something, anything that's actually competitive, because Destiny is not that game. That being said, Bungie doesn't help their case when they say things like, we're going to try to make the game more primary focused. No, you're not. If Bungie really wanted to make Destiny a primary focused game, It's actually pretty easy. Bring weapon damage values back in line with their Destiny 1 counterparts. For example, 140 hand cannons in Destiny 1 do 80 crit damage, not 70. But then if we do that, people will complain because the game plays more like COD, or hand cannons are OP, or pulse rifles are OP, or laning has brought the game to a screeching halt because ranged weapons are OP. What I'm getting at is I do not envy Bungie's sandbox team the task of attempting to please the Destiny PvP community, because it's definitely Sisyphean in caliber. Destiny is junk food. Void 3.0 is coming under attack for not being balanced. Let me get this straight. You expect Void 3.0 to be balanced when it is the upgrade of the Void subclass into the 3.0 subclasses, which are supposed to be better. Bungie brought 1 out of 3 light subclasses into 3.0, and that one that they brought into 3.0 just happens to be overpowered? No, you don't say! And in other news, water wets. I think the Destiny community needs to pump the brakes. We still have to get the rest of the 3.0 subclasses before we even have an idea if things are overpowered or not. Now, I will say that this is somewhat of a self-inflicted wound on Bungie's part, as back in December, they actually nerfed all the light subclasses to get ready for the 3.0, but they only gave us one of the 3.0. So now we have these nerfed light subclasses in the same sandbox as Stasis and Void 3.0. And if you have something that you like doing, like solar or art classes, you're probably feeling really disadvantaged right now, and it's probably really frustrating. I would probably agree with the assessment that Destiny PvP is quite possibly in one of the worst states it's ever been. Because not only is it this cavalcade of subclasses that work, don't work, are buffed, are nerfed, with weapons just all over the place, with crafting making best-in-slot weapons more accessible, and then just the stagnation that is PvP's map rotation, PvP's game type rotation. Trials of Osiris didn't really get any new rewards. Yes, it got updated rewards that were taken away at one point and brought back, but it didn't get anything new, it didn't get anything exciting, unless you consider the momentum new and exciting. With that said, and I'm probably rambling a little bit here, Destiny as a whole is in a frustrating place. I mean, think about it. Destiny, more or less, just came off a 6-month dry spell. Yes, there was the 30th anniversary back in December, but that wasn't a lot of content. Fast forward to Witch Queen, and hey, Witch Queen is great. I love it. Season of the Risen, it's great. I love it. The new raid, great. I love it. But like I said, months before Witch Queen released, Witch Queen was going to release light on content, and it did. Inarguably did. People ate through the content, and Season of the Risen was over quick, fast, in a hurry, and we're basically back where we were in November. It's the same loot. I mean, GMs just started back up, but it's the same rewards. Trials, again, same rewards. There's the raid, and that's really the only new thing. PvP, like I said earlier, is hot garbage. The same handful of maps with the same 3 game types. A comp fix that isn't coming till like the end of the year in Season 19. So to kind of wrap this all up into one coherent thought, Destiny's future has never looked brighter, but at the same time, people are frustrated with the game. And I think in that frustration, be it with PvE, be it with PvP, they're looking for reasons to just eat each other alive. I mean, why are people complaining about Void 3.0 unless they're looking for something to complain about? They should have the common sense to understand that Void 3.0 is only one piece of this sandbox puzzle. Calm down. And hey, don't get me wrong, I think the Destiny community has a lot of really passionate fans, a lot of people that really like playing this game because it's a fun game. I like being a Titan. I like playing a Titan. But I also think we have this cycle where, man, it feels like we have a dry spell every other week. Like, there's no sustainable content. We need strikes. We need PvP maps. We need new game types. We need things that aren't one-and-done horde modes. We don't need the 557th horde mode. We need strikes. We need dungeons. We need PvP maps and PvP game types. We need new Gambit maps, new Gambit rewards. But unfortunately, the reality is, the horde modes are sold with the seasons. Strikes, they're free to play. PvP, it's free to play. There's no money there, which in and of itself is frustrating. I don't know where I'm going with this stream of consciousness, diatribe, rant, whatever. I think it's to say that Destiny has never been better, but also worse at the same time, and I can't even be mad at the reasons that it's worse, because I get them. It doesn't make it any better, but I get it. And we need more content and we need it faster, and it is what it is. So, you know, until then, I guess we just play something different. I've been playing the MCC a lot, revisiting actually good Halo games. I've been going back to play Final Fantasy XIV. I need to get through Shadowbringers and finally play Endwalker. And, yeah, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Remember to like, but only if you did, subscribe for more. Feel free to donate to my Patreon if you're feeling particularly generous. And above all else, stay frosty.